When an accident occurs involving an Army vehicle, within minutes an MP is on the scene. His courtesy and tact in dealing with minor incidents are well known to many citizens. Less familiar, perhaps, is his importance in controlling military traffic in the field, whether on maneuvers or in a combat zone. In this function, the military policeman meets one of his most demanding challenges. The failure or success of a training exercise or of a combat operation may well hinge upon the control of traffic, heavy in volume and complex in movement. This capacity to meet military police standards of procedure in actual warfare is built into the realistic system of training the MP. The conditioning begun in basic training continues at Fort Gordon. In addition to his specialized abilities, the MP must always be a first-class combat soldier. Field exercises keep his basic skills as a fighting man sharp and ready. At Fort Gordon, too, the advanced student MP will be introduced to less familiar police activities, such as scientific crime investigation. For instance, here in the firearms section, identification is made of weapons and their projectiles. In the documents section, advanced techniques of analysis and comparison as applied to handwriting, printed matter, or signs and symbols may be decisive in evaluating evidence. Today, a false claim on a soldier's allotment. Tomorrow, a forged identification card. A fingerprint section provides authoritative identification. The technician may use ultraviolet photography, radiography, complex chemical and thermal techniques, and the newest method for fingerprint detection, the flame method, for bringing out latent fingerprints and improving blurred or obscured ones. The photographic section works in close cooperation with all other sections, making permanent records of their findings. However, the section also carries out specific investigative work on its own through a wide variety of cameras, filters, and photographic techniques. The chemical section, where the unseen and the unseeable are made plain. Chemical analysis is the investigator's sixth sense. How to bring a man to justice on evidence of his criminal activity revealed through chemical action on substances with which he came in contact. In addition to equipment for carrying out basic chemical analysis, there is an array of the most modern electronic devices, invaluable aids in the hands of a skilled technician. Instruments such as the infrared spectrophotometers and X-ray diffraction equipment are able to identify a wide range of organic and inorganic substances. Other modern marvels, such as this meter grating spectrograph, are able to identify the components of materials such as paint, soils, or metallic poisons that may serve as evidence. The military policeman may qualify for even more advanced police courses and be taught to operate such complex equipment as the lie detecting set. The technique of operating this valuable aid can be decisive in trapping a suspect. In advanced investigative work, the career MP will learn to follow the approved police practices in handling and preserving evidence. He will, for instance, make sure that telltale fingerprints are not smudged in transport, nor his own prints added. He will also learn through enactments such as this the tact and patience required in dealing with complaints, and will acquire the skill needed to reinforce his natural intelligence and perception when questioning witnesses and suspects. Another facet of advanced training introduces the trainee to one of America's most interesting communities, Maxville City, a scale model of a typical American city. Here the trainee, along with foreign students attending, learns procedures to be followed in event of peacetime disaster or hot war attack, as well as mob dispersal, riot control, and traffic management. To Maxville City come municipal leaders and representatives of industry to avail themselves of the programs offered by the Office of the Provost Marshal General. Other scale model mock-ups, such as the miniature model called the Saws Corporation and the Blue River Arsenal, are used to provide graphic illustration and instruction in physical security. The training of civilian guards for work in sensitive areas is yet another service offered by the school. So the time comes for the trainee to graduate to professional status, a career military policeman. Often present to grace this important event are his family and dignitaries from his hometown. With pride in the achievements and contributions of his corps, and with pride too in his own new skills and capacities, the military policeman will leave the school for assignments that range across the globe. He may find himself assigned to a large city, perhaps helping some soldier in trouble. Or in the familiar duty of traffic control in Alaska, or to rescue and survival operations. Perhaps in Italy, patrolling with the Carabinieri, his interpreter and fellow diplomat. He may be stationed at a checkpoint in West Germany, where identification must be positive and suspected documents recognized and reported. Or in France, where the American MP is well known and well liked. it could be Korea or other Oriental lands. In all countries where United States troops are stationed, the military policeman will be found patrolling with a native military policeman, serving his fellow troops and his country in the alliance of freedom. This knowledge is foremost in the mind of every military policeman as he marches toward his destiny. A distinctive American soldier trained to serve and to aid his fellow soldiers in peace, in Cold War, in combat. Pride in the military police corps is not limited to the individual serviceman. The American public, too, has reason to be proud of this versatile elite corps of first-class fighting men and of its guiding principle, of the troops and for the troops.